What's up, baby girl? Perky, perky. Now, watch what my man say real quick.
Robot. This stuff is in movie.
Ryan Garcia was telling the truth the whole time. Everybody said he was lying. They said he was delusional.
Who everybody?
Crazy. Deranged. But no, it turns out he's none of them things. This is crazy, fool.
Now, my thing is this. First of all, why are you believing what people say? See, this is the new day and time. You know what I mean? When I was coming up, as a young buck, we called it rumors. Remember that song back in the day? Y'all probably don't remember it. Some of y'all, if y'all older, yeah, you remember. Look, all them rumors surround me every day. I just need some time to get away. I got a remix. Look, all these stalkers can't take it no more. No, so that's my remix. Look, all these stalkers surround me every day. I just need some time to get away. From all these stalkers, I can't take it no more. You know what I'm saying? But, back in the day, when you heard about he say, she say, we already knew that it was, if we didn't have no validation, no proof or nothing, no credentials, no receipts, then you didn't believe it anyway until you actually had some proof, some validation. But then we in a different day of time today. That people believe in rumors more than the truth. You can go and show them some truth and they will say, nah, dog, you crazy. You could show them some truth right in their face, some eyewitness account, and they'll call you crazy. People today, these fools, these NPCs, these bots, these gang stalkers, they love rumors. They love lies. They love belief systems. They love things that you cannot prove. Anything that you can prove and show them, they're gonna turn the Agent Smith on your ass.
Who everybody?
Crazy. Deranged. But no, it turns out he's none of them things. This is crazy, fool. So we all know that the U.S. held a briefing and that they said aliens come from the ocean. This was only a week ago. Ryan Garcia told us this about 4 months ago. Look, y'all, watch this clip.
They have these things where in the water, they put nanotechnology in your water, in your food, so they can press a button in your stomach.
I know a smoke shop that sells all the flavors.
They have weird technology. I'm trying to expose everything right now.
Sells all the flavors.
Technology in your water, in your food, so they can press a button in your stomach.
I know a smoke.
He said you press a button and your stomach, he said your stomach starts smoking. That's what it said. Don't. The closed caption is wrong. Your stomach, I don't smoke or something.
Shop that sells all the flavors.
Technology in your water, in your food, so they can press a button in your stomach.
I know a smoke shop that sells all the flavors.
They have weird technology. I'm trying to expose.
And T.I.'s, we already know this. Some of y'all. A lot of y'all not really, the real T.I.'s, put it that way. The real T.I.'s, the ones that's getting everything. Some of y'all might just be getting a couple of dog stalkers and Target bags. I'm not talking about them. Whether you're Target or not, Target is targeting, but, there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that's actually, getting everything, and I'm talking about, when I say everything, I'm talking about even electronic harassment, some of y'all getting V2K, whatever. Getting burnt alive, by these weapons. That's what I'm talking about. But see, look, like I said, everybody's going to be a victim to this crap because we all eat the food that comes from Monsanto. We all breathe the same air. We all drink the same nasty ass water. I don't care if you're getting your water at the supermarket in a plastic bottle. It's still jacked up. We don't know what we're drinking. None of y'all work at, you don't work at none of these water plants, these warehouses where, you know what I'm saying, where they distribute the water, where they make the water, where they put the water in the bottles. You don't know. It could just be straight tap. It could be straight tap out the faucet. You don't know. We don't know what we drinking. We don't know what we eating. We just eat it and drink it and call it a day. Know what I mean? So at the end of the day, like I said, the average Joe out here is walking around is infested. with all types of crap. Nano, smart dust, you know, these plastic fibers, you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, man. And then at the same time, too, I always wanted to say this, too, that everybody want to throw the plastic bottled waters under the bus. But don't think that we haven't, look, you've been eating plastic since day one. It's plastic in everything. Your juice, what about your juice? What about your sodas? Don't that come in plastic bottles? Don't your bread come in plastic bags? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything's in plastic. So don't just make it seem like it's just water. Okay?
Everything right now. Weird technology, all the food that you're eating right now, they put little technology in there. So when they want to get you feeling sick, like if you really don't like feeling sick, they can press a button and feel nausea. If they don't like when your throat is hurting, they put, your throat's hurting. They do a lot of weird. They have nanotechnology. All the aliens are in the water. They're actually getting ready to come out with everything. It's insane.
And they did.
We're in the top realm.
You can tell my man right here, look how shocked he is. You can tell he ain't been tuned into Gang Stalking Simulation. He must been watching Ralph Smart or somebody.
Right now, I'm not even kidding. Guys, get right with Jesus. I'm not kidding. I promise you guys, I wouldn't lie. I'm not a weirdo. I'm safe. I'm not suicidal. I'm very focused.
So as y'all can see, Ryan Garcia came out saying it way before
Not to diss Ralph Smart. I'm just being funny though. Yeah.
the US did.
Did you peep how he said that he's not? Because y'all know when people put that in, he said that he's not. Because y'all know when people put that information out and that person ends up being unalive, the first thing that they say is that person committed.
Right.
Something.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They always got to do that. They always got to, they always want to make you look like you were psychotic, suicidal, something wrong with you, deranged, you know what I'm saying? That's the reason why they putting people in the target in the Gang Stalking Simulation. You got a whole bunch of people out here messing with you, so that way you can go ahead and complain and say you being targeted by everybody. You know what I'm saying? And how did that make you look? How did that make the individual look? If you're going around here saying everybody targeting you, that's gonna make you look like something wrong with you. So I mean, like I said, it's a clever game. We understand. You know what I'm saying? But we already done exposed it.
Of this kind is what we should have seen when the top section of the towers collapsed onto the lower one. The upper and lower sections should have mutually destroyed each other until all the energy is dissipated and the system comes to a rest. Alternatively, as shown in this experiment with two towers made of snow, the top section could have fallen off to the side after the initial collapse. What could not have happened is this.
A little tiny chunk of the building can't possibly fall and crush the entire structure below it.
This is such a simple, fundamental concept that architects and engineers were astonished in seeing it totally ignored by NIST.
This is high school physics, and our whole society is being led to believe that these fundamental laws of physics, hard science, don't apply anymore.
Fact.
One of my favorite things about human
Well, I
beings.
mean, what's the average person out here don't know about no damn physics? I mean, he too busy shopping at Walmart. What's that say? Starvation, poverty, disease. You can fix all that. Yeah, with just
Starvation,
just
poverty,
with money.
disease. You could fix all that just with money.
Homelessness.
And you don't. I mean, if you took just a little bit of time off the vanity voyages, pleasure cruising, billionaire space race, hell, you stop making movies and TV for 1 year and you spend that money on what you really need, you could solve it all with some to spare.
But they're not going to do that.
With band-aids to your muscle tightness, stiff joints, and recurring injuries. Foam rolling, stretching, and...
What difference does it make?
They're not going to do that, though.
Cruising.
Look at this.
You took just a little bit of time off the vanity voyages.
They ain't going to do that.
Pleasure cruising.
Oh, hell no.
Billionaire space race. Hell, you stop making movies.
Why would they stop making movies? They got to make movies. You know why? Because that's how they tell you the truth. They tell you the truth through the movies. See, y'all be thinking that they making these movies just, half of it is part of entertainment, but the other half is to get the truth in your face. Because they know once they put the truth right in your face, smack you right in your face with the truth, they know your dumb ass still ain't going to believe it. Can I get a no there?
In TV for 1 year and you spend that money on what you really need, you could solve it all with some to spare.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make? Yeah, that's their favorite line. Got a lot of people, what difference does it make? You can't figure out what difference it makes? If you can't figure out what difference it makes that the people running your world lie to you over and over your whole life, if you can't figure out that someone lying to you is trying to control you, suppressing of information, of knowledge is control. Deception of information and knowledge is a form of control. So what difference does it make? It makes a big difference because once they start omitting information or lying about information about where you live, they're doing it to control you.
That is real right there.
What difference does it make? Information of knowledge over and over your whole life, if you can't figure out that someone lying to you is trying to control you, suppressing of information, of knowledge is...
Like, y'all don't understand how serious that is, dog. Just the fact of suppressing information. And then it all goes back to the Bible when God got mad because Adam and Eve ate off the tree, right? Now, this is just a fictitious story, but I'm just telling you, I'm just using that as an example for y'all Christian heads. Now, why would you want to be dealing with a God that didn't want you to eat off the tree of knowledge? Don't that sound like the beast? All right, then. I rest my case, Your Honor. But you go ahead. Go ahead and be blue pill for the rest of your sorry-ass life.
Control. Deception of information and knowledge is a form of control. So what difference does it make?
That's suppression right there. You know what I'm saying? Satan, well, not Satan, the serpent said, you shall not surely die. God knows that the moment you eat off the tree, you're just going to be woke. You're going to know what God knows, good and evil. God didn't want you to know that. He was suppressing knowledge. He was suppressing information because they wanted you to be a slave. Just like today. Can I get a fuck no there?
It makes a big difference because once they start omitting information or lying about information about where you live, they're doing it to control you.
I'm trying to look at both screens at the same time. It's not working.
There was a study done in Florida at a tennis academy, and what they looked at was what is the difference between those tennis players that are top 5 in the world versus those that are top 25. Was it their diet? No. Was it their exercise? No. Was it when they started playing the game? No. Was it their coaching? No. What they actually found was this. The difference between the top 5 ranked people in the world and the others in the top 25 was their thinking. In the 10 to 15 seconds after a point had been scored in tennis, those athletes that thought positive things such as, I love this game. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. I may have not got that shot, but I'm going to get the next one.